be talking about Dr. Umar Johnson. I'm going to discuss my thoughts, and I'm also going to pull a few cards because we want to know what the hell is really going on with Dr. Umar. Now, I want to make clear that all of this is for entertainment purposes. All things are alleged. We're just sitting here, we're just talking to one another. And when I mean one another, I mean you guys in the comments. Please like and share this video. Thank you so much for tapping in. I also want to say, let you guys know that yes, I will be pulling cards. So if you're uncomfortable for this might not be for you. If you're uncomfortable with hard language or anything like this, might not be for you. I just show up and show out how I do, okay? Also, I want to let you know, thank you so much for all the new subscribers. I appreciate it. Thank you for tapping in. I want to let you know that I do content when I feel led to do it. So I've tried to do the thing that's on schedule, and I realize that it's kind of difficult for me. I do it when I can. Okay, so thank you for being patient with me in that regard. So, getting straight to it. Dr. Umar, my God. As I've stated before, because I've done a video before on Dr. Umar, okay, and I have stated to you guys before that my husband and I went to go see him here in Detroit. He was speaking at the Black Madonna. This was years ago. I don't know, it would take me forever to go in my Fed book history to figure out when that was that I was going to see Dr. Umar with both my husband and his twin. We went to see him again at the Black Madonna here. I do believe that when he first started out, his intentions were pure. I do. Um, that's my belief. I believe that he wanted to do right. I believe a part of him still wants to do right. I believe that the feds had gotten to him, or the CIA, or whatever. That's what I believe. I believe the government got to him. I believe it's a mixture of things. One, I believe the government, be the FBI, CIA probably, um, approached Dr. Umar and spoke to him and let him know there will be no school. Now, what's very interesting is I see a lot of our people criticizing him. Okay, I do see that, and rightfully so, because some of us are just cruel, but others of us want to know what the hell is going on with the money. Now, I want to say, if you donated to him, I feel like you should not feel any type of way, because if you donated, I'm going to go out on a limb and say you did that out of the kindness of your heart or within good intentions, right? You did that with thinking that there is going to be a school, and you did that for those reasons. So when you give out the goodness of your heart, you give with good intentions. There's no reason to feel bad. Not to mention, you should never give what you cannot afford to give. So if this isn't a case where you feel like, what the fuck is going on with the school because I gave more than I could, then that's really on you. And I'm not trying to be funny, but I am saying that we have to take accountability. If you don't feel led to give, don't give. If you feel led to give, give. And when you give freely. Okay? And that's how I feel about that. So I do want to say that. I do want to make that clear. Because, I know people feel a type of way. They've been given to them. It's been however long, it's been forever. And folks want to know what's going on with the school. I would say, like many have said, this school is probably never going to come into fruition. And I don't believe it's just because Dr. Umar is a scammer. I think ultimately it has turned into a scam because, one, if he was approached by the feds for whatever reason, he's not saying that, which could more be about his safety, right? So we'll give it that. But I also do say that even with that, you can say stuff like, well, my intention was to get a school up and running, and it did not happen. So, my apology. Just speak up and give some kind of reasoning as to why there is a delay. What I'm not going to do is put this brother on a cross, because again, I feel like we should appreciate people for what they do offer. Okay. We've got to hold, and I'm not saying don't hold the brother accountable, because again, like I said, I believe he started off with good intentions. And I just told you that I went to go see him myself, my husband, and his twin. We did go and see him speak here in Detroit at the Black Madonna. But there is a vested interest in the powers that be to not have something like this take off. So, I mean, they have showed up in various, allegedly, all this is alleged and for entertainment purposes, but they have shown up with the briefcases to people and telling them what it is and what it's going to be for different things. Um, for instance, we could have been had cars that run off of water, um, electric cars, like that's kind of breaking through now. But all the stuff, it could be alternate ways of transportation, ways to get around, alternate ways of energy. There's alternate ways, and a lot of stuff. I mean, God gave us, so for all intents and purposes, things should be free. However, because the powers that be have what they want to go on, they discourage these things with threats and intimidation, and people back down. I believe that very thing did happen to Dr. Umar. And again, I'm not saying that he shouldn't be held accountable, because he's not saying anything. And he doesn't have to say everything, but he should say something. And I think that's what the issue is. Now, I don't think it's a situation where they have cloned my brother and we just got some talking head. Oh, and I also want to say the other components to it, not just the fact that he was approached, but also I think part of it is too, clout is a hell of a drug. He was getting those donations. They probably told him, you can keep this shit going, but nothing's going to happen with it. Um, One thing I will say, when you take on a feat like this, okay, so Dr. Umar never wanted security guards because he didn't want to be infiltrated. That's what, he said. And I get that, right? Because a lot of the leaders have been infiltrated and taken out by those around them. So that makes sense. We could also make the argument that if he is scamming, he didn't want nobody close around to monitor what he was doing. I'm going to say he was truthful when he said he didn't want to be infiltrated, right? Okay, not verbatim, but I'm just saying, what he wanted. So I believe it's part of that, but when you take on these type of feats, you got to realize that there are casualties of war, and when you're trying to make progress with something, as if you have these good intentions to enrich our community, you would do so knowing that your life is on the line, that you might not keep your life at the end of this, right? That's just a thought. So I do believe that they approached him. I believe he got hype off of all of this attention. He was getting the money. I think a lot of pressure. I think it's a lot of things. But I don't think it's just black and white as he's a scammer. Like, I don't think he started off scamming. I think it's become a scam, whether that be the powers that be or putting pressure onto him to where he's looking bad. I don't know. We don't know. So let's see here. First of all, we want to know. And again, this is for entertainment purposes only, okay? All things are alleged. Shout out to those who are listening. If you're just joining, please go to YouTube or Twitter. Um, and start from the beginning so you can have context, please. I thank you for joining. Let me know where you are from, where you're listening from. I appreciate you. Like the broadcast, please, and share it with someone. Okay, so let's see. Was Dr. Umar approached by the CIA or the FBI, by the feds? Was Dr. Umar approached by the feds? Wait a minute. Okay, that's one card. Let's see. So we we got the Seven of Swords, which is a deceit card. Let's see. Was he approached by the feds? Okay. So we got a yes here. So let me see. Let me one more time. Was he approached by the feds? Because I like to clarify. Okay. All right. So we've got the Judgment card. We've got Queen of Cups. We've got Seven of Swords. So when I got these cards, yes, he was approached. Okay. He was answering a call. If you ever looked at the Judgment card, you know why I say this. He was answering a call. He felt a sense of purpose, but yet he wanted to nurture and bring this into fruition. He was sincere about this project. But see, the feds came into him, and this is when the deceit came. The Seven of Swords took place. Okay, so now it's looking like the cards say making a break for it. It's looking like um he's running, he's scamming. Because at this point, that's all he can really do. Let's see, will this school, we already have pretty much know, but let's ask, will this school ever come into fruition? Will this school ever happen? Oh, this failed. Oh. So it's funny because this is a Seven of Pentacles. And it's saying that, you know, that it will. Will it come in to fruition by Dr. Umar? Well, we got yes again, Page of Wands. So he's going to have to approach it from a different angle, I believe. He's going to have to be more creative. And then I feel like he's also going to have to, against what he wants to do, he's going to have to involve other people, right? So he might have to take a step back as being the face of it. Again, this is just the energies I'm reading now. Nothing is 100%. You know what I'm saying? This is all for alleged entertainment purposes only. Okay. I'm just giving you what the cards are giving me. Is Dr. Umar afraid for his life? Is Dr. Umar afraid for his life? Yes. You got the High Priestess. Mm, mm, mm. This is giving me life path too. Dr. Umar is going to have to learn how to navigate partnership correctly despite his paranoias, and rightfully so, and his personal issues. Dr. Umar did come in here with a purpose, but unfortunately, like anything, sometimes things can become infiltrated, right? Because there are other powers at work here. Um, oh, we got the moving on card. Yeah, so he's gonna have to move forward. Um, and ooh, the moon. He's gonna have to also reveal some things, and I believe that's gonna come. He's gonna have some he's got to explain some things to the public because people want to know what the fuck is up. Let me see. Um, is there a psyop going on, including Dr. Umar? Is there some? Okay, we got yes. Okay. Also, he's going to have to persevere. He's going to have to, again, he's going to have to find some other people that he can do this with. He's going to have to learn to be trusting. He's going to have to well vet these people, but he is not going to be able to do this by himself. This is a big feat for one man to do. And he needs some honest people. And it's funny because there's a lot more people talking shit online than trying to get behind this. If you really want to prove that he's a scam, meet him up. You know what I'm saying? Like, okay, if you feel that he's a scam, then how about a group of y'all that's so dedicated to exposing this scam? I'm going to assume that you want the school to come into fruition and you're willing to put forth the effort to make it come. So why not meet with him at one of his speaking events and get with him and try to get this out off ground, since y'all are so concerned, but just talking shit ain't helping. That's not helping. Um Have mercy. And it's funny because the card that was twisted around in my deck was the Three of Pentacles, which is a teamwork card. He's going to, just validating what I'm saying, he's going to have to get in some teamwork that he can trust. So he's facing losing the school. I do believe partly when he's telling you that they're trying to take it from him. I do believe partially that's true. I feel like he's telling some truths with some distortion in there. And I also feel like he's just gonna have to he's gonna have to fall back for a bit. I think he's gonna have to fall back for a bit. Um this is bigger than what one man can do. Okay? Because number one, so people online are saying like he didn't handle his business. He didn't do what he was supposed to do. Well, I will say this. We all of us have our strengths, right? And so he needs people that's good with accounting. He needs to lend that over money over and allow somebody to count. If again that if they're not controlling this, because I'm gonna tell you, I don't put nothing past the powers that be. They could be threatening this man. He could be getting donations, and he might not even be getting but a bit of it. We really don't know what the fuck is going on. But what I do know, a lot of talking and no action is not helpful. And we're good at that. We're good at sitting down, talking shit, and coming up with some shit and saying somebody is a scam and a sham, and we're doing nothing. And I just find that very interesting. I get it. I get not wanting to be duped. I do get that because at the end of the day, black people, we have a reason for why we feel like that, right? We do. We have our reasons for why we be on that tip. Because a lot of times we are being duped or somebody is fucking with us, you know. Oh, let me show this. I just had to put that up there. But yeah, yeah. Let's see. What else? Let's see what advice. We will use these guidance cards. Even as I'm talking to y'all, I find it strange. Like I was on a train of thought. Now, mind you, I haven't drank anything, take anything. I'm not high. I'm not under the influence of anything. And it just flew out of my mind. I'm telling you, it's something behind this. There is more forces and more going on with this Dr. Umar shit than meets the eye. And I hate to sound like the crazy lady that with the conspiracy, but I'm telling y'all, it's not as simple as he's scamming. It's some other shit going on. He just not saying. And what I semi fault him for is not saying anything. Okay, so look, when I pulled these cards from the Glowing Guidance Oracle, shout out to Mystic Beauty. We've got missing steps. It says rushing towards your goals can be tempting, but moving too quickly often leads to overlooked details and mistakes. Take the time to follow each step meticulously. Slowing down allows you to build a solid foundation, ensuring each part of your journey is well planned and executed. Remember, a steady pace increases the likelihood of lasting success and actually accelerate your ascent to the top. So I feel like, again, there are some steps missed and stuff going on because he needs assistance and he needs more eyes, honest people. And it's hard because people just don't do right, you know. Um, but we're in a perfect world. He needs some people that he can trust. And people are easily infiltrated because all they need to do is be threatened by the powers that be or whatever, and then he's got a problem. But it's going to take, like we got the Three of Pentacles, it's going to take a joint effort, a collaboration for this, because there are different things, steps that can be missed with just one person on it, right? And this Russian and all this stuff. It says spiritually depleted, and I believe that. Someone who feels spiritually depleted might be suffering from more than just fatigue. The depletion could be the result of a spiritual attack or the unintended consequences of engaging with black magic. Such interactions can disturb one's spiritual equilibrium, leading to a profound sense of emptiness and disconnection. It's important to cleanse and protect one's energy to restore balance and regain vitality. So, yes, I believe he is being spiritually attacked in some way. We are seeing the taking down of him. I will tell you this: this man got in a car accident, a bad car wreck, and his life was spared. He definitely has a mission. Okay, so you could say what you want, but he definitely has a mission. And again, I'm not saying he perfect, and I'm not saying there ain't no bullshit going on. Cause I told you, I do feel like, hey, tell us what the fuck is up. Because I'm not Dr. Umar, so I'm speaking for me. If I was to take on something like this, I know my life is on the line. So I know it's a possibility that I could be taken out. If they come to me and be like, "Hey, y'all, I got your money. I know if something happens to me, you gotta have some backups and some insurance, some stuff to be sent to folk or whatever. You know how they do. If something happens to me, you know that they did it. You know, they took me out, but I was threatened. Sorry, that was my phone, y'all. I was live on TikTok too. I was threatened, and so therefore not to I was threatened to not build the school. Therefore, that's why it's not happening. They came to me, said this, that, and the third. A lot of time we be trying to save our lives. And again, I'm not coming down on him if this be the case, but we be trying to save our ass. But the more we expose this shit, the less it can go on. Seriously, because after a while, after they constantly exposed, what can they do? With this type of shit, you got to be bold. I'm not coming down on my brother. I don't want no smoke with Umar. I'm just saying this is not, I fault our community too, because we got to be helping. And not just women. Women be doing it, but it need to be men. And I'm sure men have tried to help. But we have to insist. Because at this point, brother, if you want this school to work, you going to need other faces, other help, people to watch your back. And I know it's difficult because it's hard to trust people. For whatever reason, like that woman that exposed him, she had her reasonings, and I'm not discounting her reasonings, but you see how people can get close to you and blast you out. Good, right, wrong, or indifferent. It's possible. So this is not something that's far-fetched. It said we got the rare heart card here. It says having a pure heart filled with love brings you closer to your deepest wishes. As said in Matthew 5:8, blessed are those and pure in heart, for they shall see God. This means kindness and sincerity can lead to blessings in the fulfillment of your dreams. Let love guide you and watch as your hopes turn into reality. Yeah, he's going to have to allow love to guide him and let love supersede his paranoia. I Here, let me pull one more thing. Let's see. Again, shout out to those who are listening. Hit the like button, share. I have to shuffle these cards good, y'all. I don't play around. I do my prayer, and then I was using Poncho Salo before I got on here. Isn't that right? Did I make that shit up? What is it called? Anyway, y'all, I'm having an interesting night. But let's see what's going on here. Let's pull these last set of cards and see. Oh no, I got the true crime cards too. I want to see those too. What's going on? See if it'll tell us something. Because we pretty much got it with some nefarious stuff going on from the first set of cards. Oh my goodness. In reverse. Okay. So these cards is given triumphant success with the number 1 at the top of the sword. So basically, to him, it was a good idea. He thought it would be successful. He was amped up about it. He came in with good intentions, right? We got accelerated motion in reverse. There's nothing going on with the school. And then we got moving on with the 6. Okay, so again, this moving on shit came out again. He's going to have to make some adjustments, shift some things, move back a little bit, fall back, find some other people. It's got to be some things done. Okay. If got this harmony card here, if he can find some kind of harmony with the community, people that are truly pure of heart and their heart are in it, then we can get this done. But he's not going to be able to do it by himself. He's got some other opposition and forces against him. Let me see. I don't want to get too long here. Let me see. This might sound crazy to y'all, but I'm gonna ask it anyway. Is black magic being done on Dr. Umar? Is black magic, and I probably shouldn't even say black because I feel like is dark magic being done on Dr. Umar? Yes. Does Dr. Umar still want the school to happen? So he's okay, we got the restriction card. Okay, so he's feeling trapped. He's feeling restricted. His hands are tied. He's paralyzed. He don't know what to do. Y'all, I could go longer, but I'm already did almost 30 minutes. Let me know what you think with this reading. Let me know your thoughts now that I presented this. Again, this is for entertainment purposes only. All things are alleged. Okay. Nothing's 100%. We're reading the energies that we're getting now. I'm an expression of the I am that I am, but I'm expressed the I am in the shell of Racquel, in the container of Racquel. So within the earthly limitations, even though we are divine to the core. Let me know what you think. Let me know how you feel. Let me know what questions you want. If you want to go into this reading further, I feel like it's some other things. Y'all, you know what I'm about to start doing too? I need to write shit down. I be coming on here. A lot of times I be knowing what I want to talk about, but when stuff tries to escape me, I need to be 10 toes down on it and not allowing it because I've gotten it written down. Like it can't happen because it's already written out. But it was already late. I ain't have time. I had just got done from going to the gym. I went to the gym and then I came home. I took a shower and then I moisturized and then I got on here. So I be doing stuff, y'all. One of my kids, I got to drive to school now because they went to a test in school. So it's just it's a lot going on. Drop her off, pick her up. I gotta go to work, and I've got all the shit that I've got going on. So I do the best that I can as I can do it. So thank you for being patient with me again. Let me know what you think. Let me know if you want to go deeper into this, what questions you have. Give me your comments. Let me know what you feel about Dr. Umar. Again, I want to say this again. We have to appreciate for people for what they offer. Dr. Umar does put forth a wealth of knowledge. I get his sentiment with keeping things black, even though it's kind of over the top, because I really don't give a fuck about interracial marriage. Like I don't have an issue with it is what I'm saying. Like I don't look down on it. I do understand the concept of keeping our resources with amongst ourselves, and that when we marry outside of our uh culture and our color race, they will take the resources and put it in their race, culture, community. So I get that. I get where he's coming from with that. Some of the stuff is radical, though. Overall, I really don't give a fuck as a Leo. I don't care. I care and I care. I care and I don't care. You feel what I'm saying? So I mind my business. I feel like people ultimately need to do what works for them. But I will say this before I sign off. This is definitely a testament to how that what we're seeing with a lot of leadership being attacked and taken down, it's not about one person. It's going to take a community effort, and there is no one to save us. There is no savior. We need to get out of this whole thing of the savior conflicts, waiting for someone to save us. It's going to take us to do it. We have to be the change that we want to see. And sometimes it's just as small as getting your own fucking house in order and getting yourself together. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's a big change within itself. And I think that's what we need to realize. I think that's what the divine is showing us. You guys want somebody to come through with a cape. We've been waiting on Jesus to come back when the Christ consciousness have come back. It is your consciousness. The elevation and expansion of consciousness has come. It is here. But it's not somebody who's going to be in the sky, raising his hands and bringing us nigh and saving us. No, we've got to do the work and save ourselves. And every time we put the work that we're supposed to do into some one person's hands, you will see shit like this happening. And see, what we want to do is attack. We want to become attack dogs instead of taking accountability for the shit that we do not do. That's not saying that we still cannot not have fun and enjoy our lives and do all the creative, wonderful things that we continue to do, because that's joyful as well. But we also have to be very intentional about how we move and how we want the world to be for us and our children's and their children's children, and so on and so forth. That is our burden to address. That is for us to do. So that's really how I feel about all of that stuff. Again, thank you so much for tuning in, and let me know how you felt. Like and share this video. And I'm out.